This is episode 371 of Cozy Conversations with the Sister Project with special guest TJ Booth. Take one.
You're a great clap. Did you take lessons from Michelle on how to clap?
She found the soft spot, the sweet spot, a spot.
The whole, not the, nope, I'm going to keep it clean.
Okay.
But yes, we're going to keep it, no talk about persimmons.
Persimmons.
Did you see that note?
Yes, I did see it and I peed my pants. And also, that's a fruit that I would never choose to eat.
It was kind of good.
Especially if you're not a fan. Oh.
This is going to be a good one.
No, it's not really a joke. It's facts.
TJ wrote in that persimmons taste like a certain
Persimmon.
Well, they're renamed persimmons. So you can never have a persimmon again, Anthony.
And I said that that's how we felt about coconut water.
Mm-hmm. And
Hygge
when it's
poo-poo.
warm,
Oh, God, I'm going to throw up. Okay, well, I'm glad that we warmed up together, you guys.
Same.
We're here together.
yes.
I'm here with Michelle. Hey, Michelle. My asshole sidekick
Hey, guys.
decided to show up.
Hey, guys, it's just me over here.
Are you in the frame?
Yeah. Hey, guys, just
in
me
the
over
frame.
here.
We've got our director, producer, lighting guy, everything guy, fact checker guy over there, Anthony.
Yep.
But most importantly,
Yeah.
we've got our good friend
Showstopper.
here. Yeah, we got a showstopper here. We got the handsome,
Thank
the
you.
vulnerable, the loving, the kind,
The sober.
funny, the sober,
The gay.
the gay.
You can't say it.
Can't say it.
I'm going to hold my mic here.
We are joined today on Cozy Conversations with the Sister Project by our dear friend and fellow podcaster, host of the Sober Gay Guy podcast, TJ Booth.
Round of
Welcome.
applause.
Thank you. I'm
This
so
is
happy
your
to be here.
second time.
This is my third.
Of
This is my
purpose.
third.
This is your third?
So y'all sat with me. I sat with you during COVID in 2020. Remember
Okay.
when I popped into the shot?
I forget.
And you were interviewing me about race.
Okay. So
And
this was
my
during,
son,
like,
'cause my son's
parenting.
black.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
That's
Uh-huh.
right.
I believe, if I may say, that I'm the GOAT.
I feel like we need to get you a
The
robe,
greatest-
like
you
on
need-
SNL.
I think
like
you've had-
made
this
3
is your third-
Thank you.
appearances.
And this is in my notes right here. Thank you that you said SNL because I am one of the brothers.
Of
What's
who?
his name? Now I feel bad at bringing it up.
What are you
Of
talking
who?
about?
Baldwin. Alec Baldwin is the
Baldwin?
GOAT.
He is.
this SNL GOAT.
He's the-
I believe.
he
Wait,
is
is
the
he really
most-
the most
The
appearance?
most appeared guest
Guest host.
How
Yeah.
many times?
27?
Stop it.
Somebody's going
Well,
to catch
that's
me
because
on
of his
that.
Trump impersonation. That's why he
Oh,
like
okay. So
literally.
that's, I was like, well, how did this get built up?
Yeah, I don't know if you're
Okay.
like host.
host is different.
So this would be in my opinion, this is my third time
It's
here.
your third time.
Yes. Who else has been here 3 times?
No one.
Oh, is that right?
Nobody.
Okay, we're
Just
gonna get him
TJ
a.
Booth. I think
a
we should
robe.
do a toast.
A red.
Oh.
Let's mix it
Well,
up, you
it
guys.
turns
So,
out
TJ, hold that microphone where you would hold something else. And you tell us all. This is TJ, you guys came by. Listener, TJ came by. As you can tell, his podcast is called Sober Gay Guy. So he's sober and he brought us a mocktail.
I did. Yeah.
Tell us what's
What's
in
in
it.
it?
So this is something I put together. What you can't see real clearly is at the bottom of the glass is a candied sweetened orange slice, which if you don't want to eat a gummy worm or gummy bear,
Yeah,
this is the healthy-ish alternative. I mean, it's covered in sugar.
It's cane sugar, but it's
Yeah.
delicious.
And then I have the cranberry ginger sparkling water, which is seasonal from Trader Joe's.
This is good.
Okay, I'm gonna try
Not
it.
super sweet, but holiday flavor.
a
Yeah.
toast to TJ's
Oh,
third time
thank
being
you.
on Cozy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Up yours.
Mm-hmm. Okay, see, I love that.
Can you stand it?
Nothing against the last mocktail that we had here at Cozy Convos. That was borderline just too. I'm not a big sweet drinker.
I know you've made yourself abundantly clear.
Oh, Anthony, here. There's a little more.
You've
in here. You can
made
drop it on
yourself.
in
But
there.
it's so good.
Right on.
I love it.
This
So-
is a great mocktail for the holiday
Thank
season.
you. Thanks.
And something that you did that I've never seen anyone do is you popped the cranberry.
Oh, tell us a little bit about that.
So my mocktail of choice when I go out and visit friends or to a bar, which that's a lie. I haven't literally been to a bar once
like
in
ever?
5 years.
Oh, 5 years.
Is soda water with lime and a splash of cranberry juice.
Okay.
So it's similar to this.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't want to
So
put limes in this
good.
because it's so holiday-like. And this happens to be sparkling cranberry clementine water from the Trader Joe's. And I thought, what better than to have cranberries as a little garnish?
Yeah.
So
Beautiful.
cute.
And then you pop the cranberries, which is kind of a tart replacement of
And when you
the
say
limes.
pop, you just squeeze them.
Squeeze it and it goes.
And they make a little festive sound.
Yeah.
Don't
I
do
was-
it close to anybody's face.
Yeah.
Because it'll
Squirter.
sting.
It'll get them in the eyeball.
Yep.
This
It's all fun until somebody gets
Till
a
somebody
squirt
gets
of cranberry
cranberry
in the
juice.
eye. It's all fun
That's
and
right.
games.
I'm honestly really impressed by how delicious
Yeah,
this is.
I love it. And if you want it more sweet, so this is 2-to-1 ratio. So 1 of the cranberry ginger and 2 of bubble water.
So yummy. Now so there are people that might be like, that is a great concoction to add maybe a little bit of imbibement.
Oh,
I would say,
of course.
I would say gin would probably go really good with this.
100%.
A little
Or
shot, if you wanted that.
Yeah.
Or what?
Some vodka,
Vodka.
which was my
vodka,
my drink of choice.
Yum. And these really are just a
a
treat.
showstopper.
Have
Now
them in the house.
let's remind everyone, this is a Trader Joe's special.
It
Everything you have here can be found at Trader Joe's.
Everything, yes.
And not that you are Trader Joe, but you have worked at Trader Joe's
My
for
name may be
years.
TJ, but I am not the
You're
Trader Joe.
The
Oh my
TJ,
God.
but you are the one and only
Thank you.
TJ Booth.
Can we
Thank you.
guess what TJ stands for? Can
I
I
love
start?
this game. Please.
Theodore Joseph.
I wish.
Thomas James.
I
Thomas
also wish-
Jefferson.
Could you imagine how sick my parents would have been? I got an idea, honey. Let's name this guy Thomas Jefferson.
Booth. That actually kind of.
Well,
It
my
has
last
a-
name is a family
is
name.
Booth.
So
Wait,
my
isn't
middle
Booth
name is
the
a
guy
family
that killed
name.
Abraham Lincoln?
My middle
Yeah.
name is a family name.
So Jackson.
John Booth.
John.
Terry John Booth. is
Terry
my
John
first-
Booth.
Terry.
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 Correct.
I love that we know your full name now because I did
you
not
as a
know.
Terry.
Oh, do you?
No,
Yeah.
So
he's a
on
TJ.
Grindr, I'm Jay.
What's that? What'd you say? Wait, what'd you say?
On
You heard me right.
Grindr,
On
he's
Grindr,
Jay.
I'm Jay.
Just Jay.
I love you. Terry John Booth.
That's right. So Terry
Not
was
Terrence.
No, not Terrence.
Okay.
So Terry was my late uncle's name, and my
Okay.
dad and Terry, Uncle Terry, were best friends, and they were in the Vietnam War together.
Wow.
Okay.
And then he died in a fiery crash, speeding his Corvette into the underpass of a
Oh my
bridge.
God.
He married
Your
my aunt, my
father?
dad's
no,
sister.
wait, your uncle?
My uncle, who I'm named
passed
after.
away. He was a vet for the V, and with your
my dad.
father. Thank them for their service.
Thank for them. Yep, they're
and
both
then
dead.
they both R.I.P. Thank you. Still,
Yes.
and then he died in a fiery crash.
Drunk,
Damn.
pissed off at my aunt.
Oh,
Slammed
that's
right
really,
into
Wow,
TJ, that's,
that's
really sad.
I wasn't
Epic.
alive.
But
I
you
mean, I
were
feel
old.
terrible. Well,
that
he had a
happened?
newborn. He had an infant son,
So
which
he
is
was
my
young.
cousin. Yeah, he was
Oh,
young.
that's so
They
sad.
identified him by the chunks of teeth.
Wow.
Wow, I
Oh.
just really sound
You let it
like a
out.
By the
yes.
chunks.
heartwarming.
of
This is a
teeth.
heartwarming death story.
Merry Christmas.
And happy holiday.
You were
Merry
saying I was what,
Christmas,
compassionate?
everyone.
Okay, so that's where you got your name. No relation to
No, well, my middle name is John.
John, but Booth is no relation to
Yes,
the
it is.
assassin.
Of course it is.
You are you an ancestor?
I am an ancestor.
Shut the fuck up.
I am. Of the Booth family, of that family.
Got
because
it.
John Wilkes Booth didn't have kids, but his brother did.
So
Stop.
you're on that side.
Yes.
Did you 23andMe that shit?
Oh, yeah.
Holy cow.
I am.
This is like a truth bomb, drop bomb.
And then they paid me money because they lost all my information. You know, like I was one of those people whose social security number got stolen from
When?
23andMe.
Yeah.
Are you
the big
going
old
to get
breach.
canceled for this? No, they're going out of business.
Yeah, they are going out
So
of
I can
business.
say
I
what
thought
I
they
want.
were already out of business.
I think they are.
Oh
Yeah, they might
God!
be.
So
Wow.
Go in there and say like, you can download your data so that it doesn't get shared after they do.
Right.
Because
oh,
whoever is buying them out, I think then not your data's just out there.
Yeah. And
Oh,
they didn't pay
God.
me. They paid for 2 years of the membership and then shut down. It was like for nothing.
so weird, but
Mhm.
fascinating that you are a
You want to hear it?
ancestor.
And so, and then we'll move on.
Okay, please.
I am an ancestor of John Wilkes Booth, my grandfather's side.
Okay.
So
Okay.
my great grandfather is John Booth.
Okay.
I won't tell you everything about him.
Unless there's something good you think we need to know.
What did Grandpa do?
Well, he was a dunce hat. He was a grand. Oh no,
I
your
lost my
berries.
I was so
Oh my-
shocked.
He was.
Wait,
Yeah, he was a dunce cap of the. He was a
Like,
grand.
what, grand
dragon.
He was a
dragon?
grand.
Wait, TJ, not how, because I feel like people just know this
These are
information.
stories from my grandma.
So may I ask some questions here then?
Mhm.
Were they from Indiana by any chance?
They were from Missouri, down in that belt below the Bible.
Okay,
Belt
and I asked
my
Indiana
goodness.
because Indiana had a huge KKK.
I think that's where they were founded. That's where the home office
I don't know.
is.
I'm making things up now. So your grandfather was like a grand wizard,
Yes,
of sorts.
Yes, and so my grandpa Hubert married.
Love that name.
Did they call him
Carolyn
Huey?
Todd.
Did they call him Huey Lewis?
Wait. What did you say?
You heard me.
Wait, say it again.
My grandpa Hubert Booth married my grandmother Carolyn Todd.
Okay.
Todd, Mary
Todd.
Correct.
Shut
Are you? Isn't there
Are
a little
you-
bit of like
Oh yes, and then of
mixing
course
of families?
the gay guy adopted a black kid, so I'm like,
You-
fuck you all. I win. I win.
Wait, TJ, how did this is a family
How
tree
many
of,
years ago did you make these discoveries?
My dad died. So my dad died 21 years ago. So probably 20 years ago.
So like, okay. So
Yeah.
right after.
Yeah, sitting at the
Because
table with my grandmother
all of
and
the
aunts.
things trickle out after the death.
Mhm.
And who told you this? Did
My
you
grandma.
question was your did you know your grandfather?
I did.
And his name was Hubert, you said.
Hubert. Mhm.
So you knew him, and like, how does it feel when you find out that that Grandpa Hubert was part of the KKK?
So his dad was part of the.
so your great grandfather.
Yeah, my great grandfather. I'm sorry about that. My dad's
That's okay.
grandpa.
Yep.
It wasn't a shock.
Okay.
I mean, I've seen pictures of him and
Wow.
thought he looks evil. There must be some blood running
Okay.
through his veins.
Okay.
And like he had piercing blue eyes and white hair, and he just looked mad.
There was
Okay.
something there.
Something was there.
I read
Yeah.
this book, Fever in the Heartland, that my dad recommended. It was about the KKK taking over, like running rampant in the Midwest. And just sitting, I've always wondered, like, what would that be like to know somebody?
Yeah.
You're my closest, you're the only person I know who is admitted
Yeah.
to knowing or having any lineage from that era of
Right.
horrible time in our history.
And when I found out originally sitting at the table, found
There you
out
go.
originally sitting at the table, it was one of those like, oh, and Grandma said, oh yeah, he would march around with a hat,
Stop.
march around with a hat, and we were like, Grandma,
Hat? That's more than a hat.
I know, and so to clarify, she was like, oh yeah, this is with the fire.
Wow.
Yeah, they were like, he was legit involved.
He was legit. So I have a ring that I inherited when my dad died. This isn't one of them. And it was from him.
From
and
Hubert.
from John.
Sorry, John.
Yeah.
John Hubert is your grandfather. John
Correct.
is your great grandfather.
Right. So it was
Okay.
from him.
Yeah.
And the story goes is it was the ring.
Like the kiss the
a-
ring, like he was the top,
Yeah.
Wild.
top dog.
Yeah, and it's creepy to wear. I love it too because it's malachite. Is it malachite? That silver black stone?
Sounds right.
Sounds like
No,
fabulous.
malachite's green. Hematite. So it's
Okay.
hematite and silver, and it's got ducks and all kinds of stuff carved into the sides. It's a beautiful ring. And then there's a man's head on the top.
Do we know whose head
Yeah.
it is?
It looks like a Roman, some
Okay.
Roman guy. And I don't love wearing it, but I love it.
Yeah.
But I keep it where I can see it and not wear it.
Yeah.
'Cause, I
it's
think
like
the
it's
stuff like that has
beautiful, but
spirit.
also spirits.
Yeah.
Wow. And coming from and being who you are,
Yeah.
and that's just such a different time
Yeah.
to be that, and then to be a
This.
wonderful human being sitting in our front room.
Thank you. I know. And once in a while I do a status check on myself. I'm like, do I hate? No, I don't hate anybody.
You're like, do I come from hate?
Right.
Yeah.
Are gays all bad?
No.
No, they're not.
no.
Do women, do they deserve to be behind a desk? No,
No,
they
no.
don't be. So
like just as like a secretary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Well,
doing, just being like, the helping hand.
I don't have hate in my
No,
system.
you're just doing a
Well,
little check.
To be clear though,
I hear you. I know
Mhm.
where you're going with that.
Yeah.
the current administration has
Mhm.
all of my rage.
Same here. A toast to that.
This is when I wish this had some vodka in it.
TJ, where are you from?
So I grew up on the Illinois River I was born in Rome, Illinois, and then I grew up in a house in Chillicothe, Illinois, which is about a half hour north of Peoria.
Okay,
that's-
so
but
not
that's
far from
south.
Seneca,
No, not far from Seneca.
because that's where my husband's family is
Oh,
from.
We've had this talk.
These towns that you're naming.
Well, I
I've
did not
never
know there
even
was a
heard of-
Rome, Illinois. I
Yeah.
never knew
Or
that
the
there was
Ch-
Rome.
what was the-
Chillicothe.
Chillicothe.
I've been there. Mia had a soccer game there
Dirt poor.
recently.
Dirt poor.
Yeah.
Growing up, you were dirt poor.
Dirt poor.
Okay.
Before we started our cozy convo here, we had a little cozy convo behind the scenes, and we were talking about Christmas and donations, and you were saying that people would donate. Tell us more about this. You were sharing that your family was the recipients of Goodwill during the holiday season. I'd love to hear more about what that experience was like.
Well, and I believe that it's part of where I mean, do you have humility when you admit it?
I think so.
I think you can.
I think you can.
Yeah.
Right,
we were so poor that during the winter we had to flush the toilet with river water because the lines froze. So we couldn't flush the toilet.
So you'd go get buckets?
Right out of the river and come up and pour it into the toilet in order to flush
to get it moving.
We were so poor that we all slept in one room with a kerosene heater and made it through.
Your family?
Yes.
Like, and
how many siblings?
So I'm the youngest of 5.
Okay.
I'm a twin.
Okay. I didn't, wait, I forgot that.
Yeah, it's a sister.
I have a twin sister.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We met her when we did yoga.
Yes.
That's right. You sure
We
did.
met her in Brookfield.
You did.
Correct.
And so we all slept. My older brothers were out of the house at that point. And but we slept in a house that had no heat and so cold that the fish tank froze.
That's so sad. I hate even thinking about that. Like we were driving in the city, we saw a freaking tent like in an underpass, and I was like, these people must be so cold.
I agree. And there's a gentleman, there's a man right down the way from me who lives under an underpass. And yesterday, in fact, I drove past and I thought perhaps he wouldn't be there, that maybe somebody had taken him in somewhere. Nope, there he was. There he was with his Tupperware bin full of belongings sitting under the bridge in the freezing cold rain.
Snow. And snow, yeah.
But yeah, we were very, very poor. And my mom had good friends and my dad was, rest in peace, my dad he wasn't really around very much. So my mom had to make sure that she kept us alive and fed. And one of her best friends actually arranged that we would get gifts from churches. And that's how we got our food. I mean, we're block of meat people, block of cheese from the church people.
Yeah, some loaves of bread.
I grew up on powdered milk.
Yep.
I mean, we didn't have a colored TV until I was 13.
It's funny you say that. I was just at I was at a shop that had a food for the food bank, and they were asking for powdered milk. And I was like, wait, what? Now?
Yeah. And my mom, when I remember her taking change out of my dad's pocket because he really kept all the money to him for the booze. And my dad was a good man, by the way, just to say. He was challenged with alcoholism. Yeah. So she would take the change, and what she could retrieve, she would buy, say, a gallon of milk, but she kept an empty gallon of milk, and she would mix half milk and half powdered milk and fill it with water to extend the life of the milk.
What did your mom? Your mom was a homemaker.
She was I almost said it sounded like it was
stoner.
A stone cold homemaker.
She was a stoner. She put chocolate in that milk.
It's a special milk.
Yep. She saved the money for the quick.
I love it.
No, she was a homemaker until it was probably 1980. I think it was 86. She started to work for Wendy's.
Okay.
Because she needed the money.
Yeah.
And what did your dad do?
So my dad, after he was out of Vietnam and came home, he went and he became a state trooper for the state of Illinois. Okay. And he actually was a hero. My dad saved lives, saved people from jumping off bridges.
Wow.
He did. My dad was my dad was a really good man. I mean, growing up, I remember even when he was a drinker, we would have fundraisers at the bars that he worked at for money to give to the vets or for money to give to the homeless and stuff like that. So he was a state trooper, but when he was removed from that job, he became he worked for Caterpillar. And he was a security guard.
That's the hub was in
Mossville.
Yeah.
Was that
right
construction?
The equipment.
They make
machinery.
Yeah. But every time he would get laid off, he was a bartender. So
didn't help his cause.
Yeah. Did your dad, his alcoholism, and forgive me because I don't know much about this disease, was it something that was brought on by his experience in Vietnam? Was he suffering prior to his experience overseas, or did he come home and was this kind of like
manifested in kind of drinking? Because
I feel like every books that I've read about Vietnam, that people come home and it's down and out.
My dad was that Vietnam vet that all of them mostly are. He never talked about it.
They never. I
can imagine why they didn't.
And he was injured badly there too.
He was.
Yeah. Sorry, you were saying you had two friends.
Two very good friends whose dads were also vets, and they had similar relationships with their dads where they their relationship lacked because their dads couldn't talk.
Right.
They couldn't talk about anything.
My dad was a crier too, you know. I mean, my
So
mom was the
emotional.
tough Sicilian. I mean, she was gentle and kind, but my dad was the crier. I mean, he was the one where he'd give you a hug and he would cry when he saw his
I
kids.
love your dad.
He was a good
sounds like
guy,
a
Gary.
sweetie.
Not enough men named Gary. That's a song.
I love the name
love that song.
Gary.
Gary.
Gary's a good
Yeah,
name.
Gary Hubert. So
Gary
he,
Hubert.
I think that it was a combination of the war, losing so many friends.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because what I do know is that he was shipped off to a part of the Vietnam War where everyone he was shipped off with was at. So
Okay.
they were all shipped
Together.
from one place to the next. So they all became family,
Yep.
which is how my dad and my aunt met my uncle.
Yep.
And then coming back, and I believe the trauma of being a state trooper.
Well,
and
like you
all
said,
of the
saving
death.
people that
Yeah.
were going to jump off a bridge
Yep.
and whatnot. Yeah, I'm sure.
And my
It
uncle-
sounds
my-
like he had a lot. He was a good man, but he
Yeah.
experienced a lot of trauma.
Yeah, and I say that in a lot of my blog posts on my early podcasts. He wore being an alcoholic. He was proud as a peacock. My dad. He was not self-centered, but he was very robust.
Mhm.
We were all very surprised when he got cancer and didn't beat it, because we were like, this man's an ox. How
Yeah.
does this happen? And it turns out he had stage 4. So there
Yeah.
was no getting past it. But so all of those things, really the combination. But he quit drinking in 91.
Okay.
And it was the 3rd time he was in rehab. And Caterpillar said, now is the time. And if you don't quit this time, we will remove your pension and you will lose your job. And he had worked for Caterpillar at that time, like 20 some odd years. So when he died, he had worked there for 30 years.
And he was sober when he passed away?
He was sober when he passed
Bless.
away. Yeah.
Okay.
Asking for cigarettes and what he wouldn't do for a scotch.
Honestly, at that point,
Yeah.
I probably
I'm ripping some cigs.
ripped some cigs myself.
Yeah, I would have. And I say all the time how I don't miss drinking as much as I miss smoking cigs.
Cigs, because cigs are, what is it?
I
What
don't
is
know.
it? I think if I were to give up all of it, I think cigs is something that
Yeah.
it's one of like my favorite pastimes.
You can sit around with a cup of
It's the
coffee and a
worst
cig.
thing in the world.
I
for
don't know
you.
why it is they're so enjoyable.
I
in
don't
a
know.
Filthy way.
Oh, my family was at my house for Thanksgiving and they were smoking in the back room.
So
off
they're
the,
still smokers.
They're still
We're
smokers.
still smokers.
And it was wafted. I light like 27 cheap
Yeah.
candles in my kitchen to prevent it from going to the front of the house. I love you all. And they know
What kind of
that's
cigs
why.
are they smoking? Reds, cowboy killers.
Are they doing American
They roll
spirits?
their
The
own.
healthy ones.
They roll their own.
Oh,
They roll their own.
Yeah.
That's old school.
Yeah.
That's,
And cheap.
and
Yes,
cheap.
totally.
So
We have a family member that loves to
roll
roll
the
his
cigs.
own cigs.
more
Hold on,
power
maybe
to them, I guess.
DJ, you have your podcast,
I
The
do.
Sober Gay Guy, and tell us how it was started. I love your podcast, Michelle.
Love.
You love his
Love.
podcast. I think one of my favorite things about your podcast is how vulnerable you are.
Mhm.
We don't get that from all people, and it's coming from you. And with the combination of your voice,
Yeah.
it's soothing, it's comforting, it's inspiring. Have you always been this open?
No. No. In fact, being a gay man in the generation that I am, I didn't come out until I was 22, fully.
Okay.
So,
And
through
did you know you were gay your whole life?
I knew I liked peepees.
That's one way to put it. TJ, have you ever been with a woman?
I have been with a few.
Okay. So you knew. I asked that because I'm curious did he know that he
No, I'm
liked
just
peepees?
I'm still laughing about that. I like peepees.
Peepees. Well, because I
That
didn't
hasn't
know if
gone
you
away.
like Gigi's or whatever you want to call
Yeah,
them.
Lilies.
Yeah. So you had been with women, or if you were
I
younger,
was engaged to a one.
you were engaged
We're
to a
very
woman.
good
Okay.
friends, Jen. We're
Are
very
you
good
still
Still
good friends with
friends?
her?
Yeah.
Cool.
I love her.
love that.
She's family to us.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
We were together for almost 6 years, and we were engaged for 2 of those 6. And
How old
How
were you?
old
So
were-
this
yeah,
was
yeah,
in the
how old were you?
20s.
yeah, so when we met, I was 20.
Okay.
She and I, and then 5 years later, we broke up. And it was more of it ran its course, and I think that I was bisexual.
Yeah.
I was going to say, because if you came out at you're 22, but you were still with, so okay.
Yeah, and
So you were bisexual because you were obviously engaging with both men and women.
Not when I was in relationships, though.
Okay, you were monogamous.
Yes, I was monogamous. So she knew, but I didn't practice with men while I was with her.
Okay. That's very respectful.
Sorry, I just had Kathy Griffin in my head when she was making fun of Clay Aiken. If you know the scene,
No,
you know
I
the
don't.
scene.
Clay
I can't
Aiken
say
is
it on
the
television.
singer from
you can't say it
American
on
Idol.
television. Okay, yeah.
Oh, got it.
Don't say it on Cozy Convos.
I get in enough trouble having to edit some of my
It's hilarious.
mistakes out.
So you and
I just want to scream it.
You guys ended your engagement.
Yeah.
You guys have stayed friends, but you were saying that as a gay man in this era, as in this generation, go on and share more. You were saying about being vulnerable.
I was closeted. It's
until you were 22.
Well, and then I was still a little closeted at 22, but that was when I met my good friend John, whose brother just died. Rest in peace, Dave. Chris.
Someone's outside.
Nut out front.
Someone's outside.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, you met who?
My friend John, who I dated.
Okay.
Briefly, and then we just have remained very, very close friends.
Okay.
And he was the one that I confided in and said, and he was gay, clearly. And I said to him, he couldn't understand why I wasn't out of the closet completely.
Why weren't you?
Because it was scary.
You were scared. Okay. I didn't know if it was
Scary.
family, if it was
it was
society,
I was afraid
it
of
was
losing.
everything. Okay.
Yeah, I was afraid of losing family.
And what did your friend John say?
He said, oh gosh, this is going to make me emotional.
That's okay.
I'm ready for it.
He said, we're in the right space. He said, even if all of your family says goodbye because of who you are, you'll always have me.
Oh my God, John. Is John?
And he passed away?
No, his brother just passed away a few days ago.
I'm sorry for your loss.
I know, John. I love him. He's married. His husband is a doctor. They live in Minneapolis. They're wonderful humans. He's a nurse. John's a nurse.
You'll still have me.
He said that to me. You'll still have me.
Yeah, that's when you know that someone's like, you're real.
It's a light bulb moment. It was he's right. And it made me more at ease with saying, hey, Ma, can we chat? And she was like, you couldn't use a screwdriver if I paid you to. Do you think this is a surprise?
So Mom wasn't surprised.
Mom
didn't. Did you?
No.
I recently saw on TikTok, kids were coming out to their parents. There was like a video montage, and they were some of the most beautiful coming out exchanges.
Yeah.
And this one young man went to his parents, and he's like, "Hey, I'm gay. I have to tell you something. I'm gay." And the mom looked at the dad. They had a bet, and she was like, and they handed the money to him, and he was like, he came back and he's like, and also, I think he said, I'm trans, and they handed the money back
because they were trying to figure out what.
Which
but
one
then
it was.
there were other conversations where it was like, "Hey, Mom, Dad, I have to tell you something. I'm gay," and the parents' responses where they're like, "Honey."
Yeah, this generation.
No matter what.
Yeah.
I love you no matter what.
So many men in my generation don't have relationships with their family because they are gay.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the AIDS crisis in the 80s and the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Men died of AIDS alone.
Yeah.
No, I actually just saw that most poignant photo.
Yeah.
I think it was in like the Times or something years and years ago, late 80s or early 90s.
Yeah.
And it was a photo of a young man who was actively dying in a hospital bed, and his father was leaning over and giving him a hug, a kiss on the forehead.
Yeah.
And that, along with like Princess Diana holding hands and hugging individuals with AIDS.
She did that very purposefully too.
I freaking worship that woman. Like, that's my saint. Saint Lady Di.
We both do. And I met her.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You did meet her. You guys,
all my girlfriends
did
are
you
like,
make her a mocktail?
You met? Wait a minute. You met? You
Tell
caught
us
wind
the
of her, you dumbass.
Where were you? In London?
No, I was in Chicago. She was here for the Black and Blue Ball for Northwestern, and I was writing a paper on the effects of women and memory loss, the effects of the loss of estrogen on women and memory loss.
What?
How are you writing that paper? Were you in med school?
Because I wanted to be a nurse, and so that was one of my
amazing
papers that I was writing for my sociology class.
You got any hot tips or thoughts from that research?
You're on hormone replacement therapy.
I'm not. I went to the doctor and inquired about it, and we discussed that based on where I was in this moment, I was not a candidate.
Got it.
She did say we could be having a big, very different conversation 6 months from now.
So there's so many women, and I think from what I've read recently that there's a lot of women who have had so many problems with so many things because they were told that extra estrogen would be cause cancer.
Of course.
And my mom being one of them.
Our mom's generation, I feel like they were like part of a failed experiment.
100%.
Agreed.
100%.
They were like collateral damage to bad fucking medical advice.
Right. So what it comes down to is not just women. The report was on women, but it comes down to women and men. Is that your vital, your estrogen, your progesterone, your testosterone, all of the vital hormones that deplete the older you get are necessity.
And they play a role in every function in your body.
I have 2 thyroid diseases, and which is one of the reasons why I got so skinny and stopped eating food. I miss food.
You know what, though? I'm starting to learn, though, less is more.
Less is more. Yeah. You can get by on 2 meals.
You know what?
And
totally.
So not having hormones.
Listen, our ancestors were starving, hunting for their food. They would go
Cavemen
days
ate
and weeks.
1 or 2 meals a day, every few days.
1 or 2 meals every few days.
Yeah.
They were hungry.
You can get by. We're just a boucherous fat Americans.
Wait, can we go back to Lady Di?
Yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah.
How did you see her?
So I was at the Alzheimer's Association across from the Drake Hotel.
And you saw her.
And I was up there studying and writing, and I came down and was like, what's with all of these people?
Yeah.
And so I decided to miss my bus back to the burbs, and I stood there for a little while. And then out of nowhere, these green Jaguars pull up, and I'm like, something big's happening.
Green Jags.
I love that.
Green Jags.
And then
my best friend from grade school had a green Jag.
Oh, I was like, was her name Green
Maria
Jag?
Wyatt. She's had to say her name.
So I nudged one of the people there.
And you're like, who the hell is
What's
this?
going on? And she was like, you haven't heard? No, I haven't heard. It was Lady Diana. So she came out. She made the whole circle around the whole group of people. Do I have flop sweat?
No.
And I was just one person in from the circle, and I was up on the curb, and she was eye to eye with me. She was very statuesque and beautiful. She was wearing a baby blue Chanel suit with a string of 3 pearls or 2. She was beautiful. People were handing her flowers, and her lady in waiting was taking them right away. She just went through the whole thing, and then she went. She got in the car and she went to then it was the Harold Washington, the hospital.
Okay.
Was this Stroger.
Stroger. Did she go there to meet with
the
patients?
Kids.
Oh, for kids. For
children. She went there for the kids. And that night was the ball.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, back to what we were talking about, the AIDS crisis, which I think yesterday was AIDS Remembrance Day. Monday. Well, yes. Well, a few days back. But
they took it back. They took it away now.
I know. I just posted about it. But with her and with that photo that I was talking about, those are moments in like history where I just like holding on to those moments because they're so important. And it really goes to show, especially when we're talking about losing loved ones or individuals to AIDS, what that crisis was really like.
Yeah. And I had a good friend, Frank, who was one of the oldest cases of HIV, and he died 3 years ago at 77, 78, and 77. And he was one of the original AZT cases. So that was one of the original HIV medications that they put. So he had the lump on his back because you get the fat, it's like steroids and all this stuff. And he survived all of it. He survived all of it. And when I first met him, because he was my dear friend Diana, I call her Bubbles, he was her mom's best friend, and they lived together. And he was HIV positive. And when I first met him, I was scared.
Yeah.
Scared to go to the toilet, scared to be in the same room.
That's the fear that everybody had.
And finally, I shared that with my good friend, and she said, that's not how it works.
No.
That isn't how it works. You need to let it go. You need to literally embrace Frank. And you need to love the human being that he is, because he's a very special guy. And he was a special guy. So when he died, I inherited his entire wardrobe.
Oh, TJ. Good thing you became friends with him and you let it go.
Almost entire. I know, right? Can you imagine?
Well, let's talk about your look. I want to talk about TJ's.
Oh my God.
Here's the deal.
Because TJ is, every time I see TJ is like, we just said this before we got on mic, like a horse of a different color. Every time
a horse of a different color. Is that a saying?
That's from Wizard of Oz.
Oh,
but
okay.
like, and I don't even know if that's like a good analogy, but like TJ his style is ever evolving.
I love it.
Yeah. I like to think I'm the younger, gayer version of Madonna. She's pretty gay,
Totally.
Love
Especially now
that.
you're rocking like your bleached hair.
Yep.
And I'm obsessed with the mustache. And I think that
Material gay guy.
I would material gay guy instead of material girl.
Love it.
Material gay.
Material gay guy. I'll take it.
I love you.
Guys, I don't say a lot, but when I do, it's worth
Can
packs
you
a punch.
imagine being in the hospital though? He said he wanted to be a nurse.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine
Him being your nurse?
If he was my nurse, I'd be like, can we just hang out?
Can I
Like,
please have that man as my
I
nurse?
know.
That's
Can you
very
imagine like
sweet.
a labor and delivery
Oh,
or just like
greeter
I'm
at the
not
Gap. He could
yeah.
be a greeter at the Gap. The most fun greeter at the Gap you've ever met.
Wait, why?
Greeter at the Gap when you're pushing out.
my-
Shut.
I thought you meant
The front
Gap,
door.
the store.
No.
That's
Like
hilarious.
that.
I'd be like, oh, here she goes.
Yeah, that would be it. And the baby Luna would be the first thing that
Oh
he,
my
that would
God.
he would be the first thing she
And I'd be
saw.
like, girl, wait,
But now
just wait.
I
This
do
is
wonder
your
if
uncle
TJ
now.
would be the kind of nurse that would look at some of the new moms and say to them, now look at that little baby. That is only a face a mother could love.
No, I don't think TJ would do that.
I might, though.
He might.
I might, though. Yeah, the mustache is only a couple years new for me.
I'm obsessed with
You know,
it.
when I turned 49, I will be 51 in January, which I can't
Beautiful.
believe. A year
Well, you're
approaching
aging
this.
backwards.
Yeah,
And that was the
Buttons.
goal. So I told myself, you're going to turn 50. You have to be at a certain, you have to feel good about yourself when you become this monumental age.
Mhm.
So you've overcome a lot in your life.
Mhm.
Your marriage has fallen apart. Well, we've decided for it to fall apart,
Yeah.
by the way. And you are you're successfully sober. You've done so many other things in your life. You've done a lot of things that you told yourself you were going to do.
Yep.
And now it's your turn. So now it's
Mhm.
your turn. So what are you going to do? And then I was diagnosed with the thyroid diseases, which inevitably is because of the businesses that I owned and the stress,
The
and the
stress.
anxiety. Absolutely.
Mhm.
And as soon as I shuttered those businesses, while it was really scary, it was a huge relief.
Mhm.
So once I got on the other side of all of that, and then decided that I needed to get myself in shape and started liking myself,
Mhm.
like I did when I was in high school and college.
Yep.
I said, you're going to go back to the person that you wanted to be.
Mhm.
So what you always wanted to have was a mustache.
Did you never
Give it a
have a
shot.
mustache? I've
Never.
never known you as a mustache except for
No.
now.
Yeah, I was a chubby, buttoned up, like preppy guy.
Yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
But in grade school, grade school, high school, and college, I was always a little bit of a punk rocker.
A little edgier.
I was always edgy.
So how did you go from that to being a little bit more buttoned up? Were you trying to fit a mold? Was
Yes.
this for a marriage?
it was
this
for work.
For
and
work.
and for marriage. And I wasn't told to. I wasn't given the impression that I needed to
Sure.
by my husband. At the time, I felt like I needed to fit into a role.
Mhm.
I say it in my podcast and I've said it in my writings that I always thought that the happiest version of me would be a 1950s wife. I
love
always
that.
thought that I would be the perfect version of me when my husband came home with a cocktail and dinner on the
Mhm.
table.
And you're like, "And
candles
welcome."
lit. And it turns out that was a huge lie.
Mhm.
That's not what I wanted to be. I only ever wanted to be who I liked, and that wasn't that.
That wasn't that.
Got
No.
it.
Yourself, how does it feel? Like, isn't self-expression so fascinating when you're like, that's not me, this is me.
Yeah.
And now you're thriving, you feel good, you look good.
Yeah.
It kind of pulls it all back together.
In so many ways.
Self-expression's amazing.
It's so true. And in so many ways, it pulls it together. Not only do you feel good, but you start looking good.
Yeah. Because it comes from the inside.
Yes,
does.
100%
It
comes
does.
from the
You
inside
start
out.
looking good. My blood pressure is the lowest it's ever been for a number of reasons. But one of the reasons is because I don't give a I
Yes,
don't give
you
a
know our
shit what
podcast.
anybody thinks
Yeah,
of me.
yeah. No, you
Totally.
shouldn't.
Not
Such a
one
freeing way to
bit.
live.
Mhm.
You don't like the way I look? You can look that way.
Has
Yep.
anyone ever told you they don't like
Oh.
your new look?
Absolutely. A couple.
Really?
Yeah. When I dyed my hair blonde, when I made
Which
the decision
I'm
to dye it blonde.
obsessed with as well.
And I love it. And I did it. A guy who I spent a lot of time with, his name is John. Also, this is recently, he had his hair dyed blonde. And I loved it so much.
It's like a platinum blonde.
It's a platinum blonde. Yeah. Mine's
with the darker undertone, which
Yes.
I also love.
Well, that's why I haven't dyed it, because I kind of really
The
like in the
outgrowth,
dark
I love
roots.
outgrowth. Yeah, it looks great.
So when I went on my first date with him, I was obsessed with his hair, and I made that decision right then and there that I was going to dye my hair blonde, and I haven't turned back.
No,
For
you don't
you.
need to.
I love it.
Please don't.
I dyed
you?
my mustache blonde, and that really got a lot of You heard me.
Did it burn?
I look like the Lorax.
Did
I'm
you do
here
your
for the trees.
eyebrow? You didn't do
No,
your I'm
I
here
almost
for
did.
the trees.
Yeah.
TJ, shifting from handlebar mustache and bleached blonde hair to cozy. I feel like your home is so cozy. I've never been, but it looks really, really like winter ready. What is your cozy in life?
So for sure, one of my major cozies is when my kid is home.
Where is he? What do you split? Does he split time with?
No, he's with me full time.
Okay, so just in general, when he's home with you.
Yeah, he goes to his other dad's house in Michigan once every couple of weeks.
Okay,
if we get the opportunity. So that is one of my cozies, but definitely, I am type A.
Are you?
I'm probably more than a little. I bet I'm 3/4 type A.
Okay.
Everything has a place and a place for everything.
Oh, that's kind of.
I don't have shit on my counters.
Not you. That's not you.
I don't have
I'm
anything.
type LMNOP, I think.
I move.
My countertops are fresh and clean. I don't have everything that's placed is placed for a very specific reason and removable. So I can take it away when I want to. So I don't like clutter. I like everything to be dustable. I like beds tightly made.
That's the interior
organized.
designer in you. That's the creative
that's
homemaker.
part of it, I think.
Part of it
is that I love clean. And
but don't you also think that clean too contributes to like a less chaotic kind of clarity from like an internal standpoint as well?
It so does, and I'm glad you brought that up because my sobriety depends on that. My clear mind depends on a clear environment.
100%.
So if I'm surrounded by chaos, I am going to find chaos in my brain. And that's what makes you lean back into wanting to drink, which I don't want to anymore. I'm now at a stage in my sobriety where I have zero desire. If I were to have a cocktail for some strange reason, it'd be like, I wonder what's going to happen. I would never, by the way, because I know exactly what would happen.
Which is what?
I'd have 2, I'd have 3, I'd have 4, I'd have relapse.
So it would start going.
Yeah.
TJ, how long did it take for you to get to a point where you were like, I don't even care anymore, don't want it, I'm good?
I would say the 3.5 year mark.
Okay.
How long?
Because
have you
it's
been
different. It's 5 years.
I've been I will be 6 years in July of 26.
Because
Amazing.
you started on that journey during COVID.
During COVID.
You announced it.
That's
you
brave.
Said it. That's the time of year when my kids were like, Mom, are you an alcoholic? And we were like, yes, ma'am, we are.
Michelle's unwell.
So to be clear, leading up to my becoming sober, I drank enough for the entirety of COVID.
Got
Okay.
it.
So from its inception
Yep.
to the day I quit, it was a party.
Yeah.
Wow.
A party.
Did you get hungover?
So the older I got, the more hungover I got, which is relatable, I think.
But did you drink and then when you'd wake up and then was it like to help curb the hangover, just start drinking again? Was that the situation or were
that
you
was
just
part of it?
That was part of it.
Yeah, that was part of it. I was a very, very highly functioning alcoholic. So I knew that I couldn't have a drink at work because I'd lose my job. But if I happened to be sampling wine, I might have a schluck.
What's a schluck?
Just a little drink. It's German for a little
schluck.
a drink, a sip.
Okay, got
Schluck.
it.
And then I might have 5, I might have 6, I might have 7. And then by the time I'm leaving, before you know it, I was
You're schlucked.
wasted.
Yeah.
I was schlucked.
Yeah.
Schlucked and schnockered.
Yep.
Schlucked and schnockered. So it never got to the point, well, what ended up happening was then I turned to substances. And then it was cocaine and marijuana.
So it was like the poly addiction.
What's the poly addiction?
Multiple substances.
Yeah. And then they became dependent on the other in that if I was having a cigarette, then naturally I was going to have a drink. Or if I was having a drink, then naturally I'd have a cigarette. And then I'd get high. And then after I get high, I'd be like, everything's cool. I'll just do an entire bag of cocaine.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And it went on like that for months. I mean, I would get 3 lines in and I'd have a bloody nose and I'd keep going.
Were you were you solo tripping these
would.
adventures or okay, so you were on your own?
A lot of them were with friends.
Yeah.
But in the end, I carried a pill bottle of cocaine in my pocket.
Okay. Yeah.
It sounds very old fashioned of you.
It was very old fashioned. Yeah.
But also what I love about you is how freeing it must be to just say it, to just own it.
Yeah,
to just
because there's not
lay it out
vulnerable.
there. Yes.
Just being honest and open because someone's listening that either is or knows someone who's in the same boat that's like, okay, I'm not alone in this. There's other people that have gone through this, obviously. Wait, Michelle, I want to ask the question that you wanted to ask him because now is the perfect timing.
Okay.
Yeah.
The last time you were on the podcast with us, we asked you, like, the question I think was, when did you have it in your mind to quit? And how do you think, and what would be your best advice for people that are thinking the same thing and want to start? And you didn't love the way you answered it.
I don't remember.
And I know that because you were sharing about this conversation on your most recent podcast on Sober Gay Guy.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to give you a redo, and
this
I
is
want
your
to hear
second
your
chance. Don't fuck it up.
Yeah,
I
this
love
is
it.
it.
And I'm really glad that you're doing this and giving this my opportunity because I remember verbatim what I said. You said, what do you tell somebody? And I said,
are you embarrassed?
Stupidest fucking thing. Oh my God. I looked at you and I went, like Bette Midler.
Oh my God.
Do you remember
From Beaches?
From Beaches where she was like, Cece feels feelings. Oh God.
Freaking love Beaches. My God.
Well, talk about a cry.
Barbara Hershey, when she turned green and died, I have PTSD
on
from
the
that.
beach.
Still have PTSD from that.
So when you asked me, it was my Beaches moment, and I said, Nike, just go for it.
That's right. Just do it.
Oh, I'm embarrassed for you.
Stab, cane, beat,
Where's my
choke,
glass straw?
arrow.
Just do it.
Uh-huh.
Where you're
Choke
like,
on the
as
glass.
if it's that easy.
Choke
And you're like, and
on
I had a
glass.
pillbox of cocaine.
TJ, I want you to know there have been so many times where I have said things where I have done rope, punch, stab, killed just the whole bit.
Dumb.
So I've been
I was
there.
not going to absolutely help anybody along in their journey with
Someone
those stupid
listened
words.
to that and was like,
This asshole?
I'm going to go
I'll have
drink.
a drink.
Someone was like, I'm going to just do it and make my martini.
Yeah, crack open a Miller Lite for me if you wouldn't mind.
Hey, but you want to know what I love though? Is like you've walked the walk, you've lived it, you've had the lived experience, and now you're ready to really answer that question.
Which I appreciate you even saying that because so many times when we're perfectionists, we forget what we accomplish.
Yep. And we don't pay, and we don't acknowledge it.
We don't give ourselves the grace
Ever.
of saying, you did all that, dude.
Totally.
Yes.
Take a break from feeling shitty about yourself. Self-deprecation is funny at times, but otherwise, let it go. You look like an idiot.
100%.
So, you know, my best advice for anybody, there's a few things, and I've been writing a book about it. My best advice is find a habit that is better than the drinking. You have to give yourself purpose. You really do have to find consistency in your day.
To replace the bad consistency.
And I love that book that you recommended.
Quit Like a Woman.
And also the daily magic of consistency.
I think that was mine. That was the
magic of daily
listen. That's the one that we listened to.
Yes, and I listened to it too. And I immediately bought it. And
you didn't like it because you didn't like his voice.
Hated his voice.
He reminded me of an uncle.
I loved, same.
Yeah.
I loved that book though. And I saw that you were talking about that, I think just the other day.
I did, yeah. It
about
was
consistency.
I think it was episode 12 or 11 or 12 when I was talking about consistency. And that is the magic of sobriety is consistency. You really do have to hone in on your day because it is oftentimes every second counts when you're trying to become sober. Michelle, you've also walked this walk. You know how hard it is when you're around it to not say, I know what it feels like to be tipsy.
Yeah.
It feels great.
Yeah.
I could have a glass of wine and start again tomorrow. In order to get past those feelings, you have to find something that gathers your attention. And for me, it was making my bed in the morning, knowing that I had something to lean on that made me feel good about myself, even if I didn't do anything else. At least I consistently made my bed every day. Finding quiet time, meditation, thinking for 5 or 10 minutes about what it is I did yesterday and where it is I'm going today.
I love that.
How is it that I'm going to beat those feelings that I had yesterday and I might not? Finding somebody to turn to who's been on the journey, who hasn't, but somebody that you can talk to and say, today's a shit day. I want a cocktail. I'm mad. I'm pissed. I'm sad. I'm angry. I miss my friend. My friend being my bottle of wine.
Your friend.
Yep, your friend.
Totally.
My friend.
I miss my friend. What can I do?
That makes it so, the way you say that is, it's almost like a grief. It's like a loss.
Lauren,
because you're literally saying goodbye to someone, something who probably helped you and was always there for you in
Never talked
every
back.
step of the way. What
allowed you not to feel.
Never had questions.
Literally, it's like a best friend.
She was my best friend, and I refer to her as her.
Yeah.
The bottle of wine was my best
Say goodbye
friend.
to my friend.
Yeah,
That's
and
sad because it's like a loss.
It was a
But
morning.
it humanizes it,
Yeah.
the
It
drink,
does.
in a way that makes the goodbye really real,
sure.
and like beyond just the addiction to drinking.
Yeah.
It feels like you're really saying goodbye
It
to
does.
a living, breathing person.
Well, you are, for alcoholics and drug addicts, oftentimes at the end of the day, it is what you turn to let go. Like you said, Lauren, or you said it, Michelle, it shuts off the feelings and
You don't need
memories.
to feel.
You wake up in the morning and you wonder what you did the night before when you were blackout drunk.
Yep.
And in order to forget that,
Start over.
you start over.
Start over.
Totally.
That's why
Vicious
people
cycle.
don't quit, because they can't cope with what they've done.
because they have to actually look
They have
You
to
have to
look
sit
it
in
in the
it.
eye.
themselves
You
in
have
the
to sit in
mirror.
it.
You have to talk about it with yourself, and you have to admit that you fucked up. And I admit
Mhm.
that. I was a terrible husband, not a great dad at most of the time for the first 5 or 6 years of my son's life. I did a lot of bad things. Family Christmas parties with a bottle of cocaine in my pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Merry
not-
Christmas. It's
yeah.
snowing.
It's snowing and outside and in
snowing.
TJ's house. Happy holidays.
I got to get something out of the garage.
Everybody else is trying to slow down, but this guy
I
can't
forgot my
go any
hammer
faster.
in the garage. Yeah,
I know.
TJ's, everyone's
It's a
tired
Christmas
except
party.
for TJ.
TJ's
Yeah,
building
and
that
I'm looking for my
Barbie's dream house in 0.2 seconds.
So, so weird. TJ's
Biting on
put
my
all
lip.
the toys together.
TJ hasn't taken a bite. He's not hungry.
He's not hungry. Not one bit.
Oh my God, I love you.
Funny, he can't get a hard on either. That's what all the lovers would
so
say.
weird.
Also,
So
everything's
ruiner.
broken.
Everything's getting ruined.
Everything is ruined by
And
alcohol
that's no
cocaine.
fun.
No, it isn't.
It gets old.
I just wasn't anticipating the hard-on malfunction. I love this.
But it's a real
it's
thing.
true.
It's totally true. Yeah. You know, you get whiskey dick, you get coke dick.
Yeah.
You don't get
You don't get it.
It's all fun and games until you can't get the
But if
dong
you
off.
read my book, Jingle Mingle, what? What'd you say?
MDMA dick.
Oh.
Sick. I hate you. But if you read my book, Jingle Mingle, I
Yes.
think everyone will get a hard on.
Oh my God.
Hello. Have you seen the airwaves for the new hockey lovers?
No, what is
Oh
that?
my God. So it's a series of books about gay guys that fell in love while playing hockey on opposing teams.
I'm
It's called
obsessed.
Heated Rivalry. It is soft porn.
It's called,
Oh, she's reading hardcore.
I'm
It's
reading
on
hardcore.
Netflix.
That's nothing.
It's on
Softcore?
Netflix. Yeah, no.
Oh,
yeah.
it's a show?
It's a show. And when I say
I've got
soft
some
porn,
friends.
Hang on, I think I
My-
might have heard of this.
yeah, Heated Rivalry. So back to me, if you don't mind.
I'm very grateful that you shared this advice and the tips that are actually, like, I know you wanted to like kind of go back from what you said last time, not to just do it. And I think the consistency aspect of it and finding this new hobby, something kind of that to replace it and puts to shift your energy is very beneficial. And people listening in are going to hear that and maybe deeply consider, I don't know, changing their life.
I hope so. You know, and that's part of the vulnerability too.
Well,
Is
people open up to that.
you have to show your colors when you want to help,
Mhm.
and helping is huge when you're trying to
Mhm.
overcome addiction.
Mhm.
Because it's not even with addiction. We're innately drawn to help other human beings. It is part of our job as a human being to help other human beings.
Mhm.
The cavemen fought for food, but they also helped their other cavemen survive an attack.
Yeah.
It's just what we do as humans. So if I can show that, I almost said this big burly masculine guy
You
can make it through me.
You know what?
The sober gay guy.
You're giving the sober.
If I can make it through the consistency of showing my feelings
Mhm.
and saying it's not going to go away, ignoring how you're feeling isn't going to make you quit.
Mhm.
Talking about how you're feeling and being honest with yourself and uncovering the lies, preventing yourself from retelling new lies about yourself and your life and what it is you're doing to your family and friends. That's the magic.
When you put it that way, the
TJ,
family and the friends.
one of the other things that you mentioned in one of your recent podcasts, you referred to it as the whisper
Yeah.
that became the roar and then beyond. Those words resonated with me so much because I've experienced that in a different way. We both were out of alignment
Yep.
in our lives in different ways. What did that feel like, sound like? Elaborate.
Yeah. So when the whisper is the way forward is what I say. And I knew that I knew it was time for me to start quitting probably a few years before I even quit, because I was hearing whispers in my head.
Yeah.
Like, you can't fucking do that again, dude. You cannot have another moment like that. And you feel like garbage this morning. Why are you doing this to yourself? You know you can't keep doing this. This is deadly, man. This is deadly. So I started paying attention to those whispers, because they become a roar.
Yep.
They will scream in your face and you'll die.
Yep.
Hurt someone.
Someone else will die at your hand. Your relationships will die. Your family will die. Everything is going to fall apart. And that is the nuts and bolts about it. Alcoholism is a progressive disease. You don't quit drinking. You're not a better alcoholic because you only have one beer instead of 7, because guaranteed that one beer instead of 7 eventually is going to turn back into 7 beers.
Yep.
So you have to quit. You got to quit. You got to find a way to get there. So I heard all of those whispers, and I had a fairly violent incident with my son on July 4th that was the roar, because I didn't listen.
That's where the roar came.
That was the roar. So I was listening to myself.
Was that your rock bottom?
It was my rock bottom.
Yeah.
July 5th was my rock bottom. July 5th was the day that I thought I was going to unalive myself. I'm just going to say I thought I was going to kill myself.
Yeah.
Why can't we say that shit anymore?
You can.
I don't know.
It's okay.
And I mean, I was sure I was going to chain bricks to my ankles and throw myself in the family lake. What kind of a solution would that have been?
And what kind of an existence is that?
It wasn't one.
No.
So that was the roar. And I say to friends who are considering it all the time, you know.
You know.
You knew.
Yeah. I mean,
this may not be permanent for you. You may go back to cocktails here and there, though I challenge you to feel better any other day that you've had only one drink than you do the almost 9 months that you've not had any.
Oh my God.
You won't.
Well,
so what's the difference? The difference is there's no comparison.
No, there isn't.
And your life and the feelings that you're feeling.
And her skin is glowing.
And you are like a
thank you
porcelain
guys so
doll,
No,
Michelle
seriously, your skin is
Massarella.
glowing.
Are you
Because
kidding?
No.
Because I mean, it could be just also a bunch of different just your lifestyle in general, but your skin is glowing. So whether it's the Beauty Balm by Trish McEvoy,
Yeah.
or
Totally.
the not drinking as well, it looks. I mean,
Let's give Jones Road the proper
it's
props.
Jones
It's
Road.
Jones Road.
Oh, it's Jones Road. Well,
Thanks.
I need what you're having.
And I wear a boutique oil. Don't ask me the name because I can't remember it, but somebody else made it for me.
And your sobriety looks beautiful.
Oh,
Thank you.
It looks hot and sexy.
Thanks. How are my biceps in that
they
camera?
look good.
They're good. Well, I wouldn't have got here if I wouldn't have gotten here.
You're right.
Yeah, you don't get to the places you want to be by pretending like you can make it happen with all of that shit in your head. I mean, it's just pretend. It's all make believe.
Yeah.
It's fiction.
It's true.
It's so true.
It's fiction, but it's true.
But it's
Yeah,
true.
right.
But that.
So
TJ, I love when you come on our podcast.
I love being
Third time's
here.
a charm.
I love being here.
Now that we have covered so much of TJ Booth, and always thank you for sharing that with us, because your vulnerability, and this is kind of like what we were telling Jimmy Maley.
Yeah.
That man.
Yes,
Isn't
I know.
he
Isn't he great?
a light in
His
the
wife better
world?
watch her back.
Yeah. You talking about
People,
Katie?
people have called in asking if he's
Oh, yeah.
single.
One friend was like, "Hey, I'm back on
I'm
the
on the
market.
back- I'm on the
Is
prowl.
And
Jimmy
he is
available?"
a
He's married.
tall glass of water,
yeah.
too.
Oh, you should see him in person.
God.
He's the tallest human being
I,
I've ever
down
I
the
met.
never
throat.
felt shorter.
Yeah, I'm a small
Literally.
person.
Yep.
I'm so small.
Oh, you want to put me in a headlock?
I think you're too low for that. You're even too tall for a headlock.
Yeah,
it
it's
would
true.
be like a thigh lock.
Yeah.
But when
When
he's
TJ would be
with
fine with
TJ would be fine.
Okay.
But when men and women, but it really is a wonderful thing when men are vulnerable and show emotions, because I really think it saves lives, and in different ways, and maybe not like save a life in that way, but it could change a life.
Well, it's like what TJ was saying earlier about how we're all a service to one another.
Yes.
And being
I
vulnerable
believe in this too.
is
That's the yogi in you.
in part a service
Yeah.
to others. I believe that.
Even down to the name of the podcast. I had considered it, changing it from the Sober Gay Guy to something else,
No.
just so it was relatable with everybody. And I thought, excuse me.
No,
and I
change.
thought,
It's so good.
You know what? There's a lot of gay guys out there that are ignoring the facts. about their life and their drinking problem.
But I also have to say, though, when people listen to your podcast, sober, straight,
Yes,
drunk,
woman,
whatever, everything that you talk about, even your rituals that contribute to your sobriety can be applied to anything. It could be applied to a person who wants to write a book.
Yes.
And they need to apply that tiny little habit of writing a sentence, a paragraph. That's what I love about what you share. You don't have to be gay and drunk to take anything.
I love it.
It's true.
Or gay and sober, right?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate that.
TJ, let's shift gears a little bit. And we've got our next segment, which is reading, watching, listening to, which I know you know about it because you listen to the podcast. I want to shift and go to a movie that we all watched and that I was super excited to watch because of you. I was excited to watch it. And then when I saw your reviews coming in and you were posting the poster of Frankenstein, Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein that just came out 2 months ago or so. I was obsessed with it. I know you loved it.
Obsessed.
I binged it.
You
I was
loved
moved.
it.
I've watched it twice.
You watched it twice.
I'm gonna watch it
I'm going to
third.
watch it again. I'm going to watch it again.
Because you see things in that you didn't see the first
For
time.
sure.
Exactly.
It is stunning.
Do you have any any takeaways? Was it the cinematography, the fashion, the story? Tell me anything.
So it started with the cinematography. Well, it started with the fashion. I mean, I was not even a Jacob Elordi fan until this movie.
Love
and now I'm like,
did you watch
God,
Saltburn?
love it. No.
I would watch it.
Well, I know there's naked people in it, and that would be the only reason why I would watch it, to be clear. But he's a cutie, and he's an
great,
incredible
though.
actor. He better win awards.
He was
Incredible.
great.
So good. So it started with my love of the Victorian era story and the mystery and the horror of it all, because you and I have in common that we like creepy things.
Yep.
I love it.
The macabre. Yeah, same.
I mean, I watch scary movies alone in the dark.
I love that.
So I'm one of those people where I get to a new house and I'm like, oh, I'm shutting all the lights off and I'm roaming the rooms
With
in
a
the
candle.
dark. No, nothing.
Oh, by itself.
Yeah, because I want to feel the ghosts if
I
they're
love
there.
that.
So it started with my wanting to watch it for all of those reasons. And then it turned into the fashion, which was amazing.
Yeah, it was.
fantastic.
Elizabeth, the wife to be.
Mia Goth.
Holy
And you know she played
Moses, the mom and the bride.
which I thought was fabulous. I was like, that's so interesting.
The mom and the bride, which, by the way, if you notice in some of the costuming.
For Frankenstein's bride.
Yeah, she's
Like the wrapping they
something's
made.
coming.
It was an homage to
Yes.
the OG.
And then the story, I was really surprised because I didn't expect it to be what it was, which was a story of forgiveness.
Forgiveness.
Yeah.
Yep.
In the end,
Mhm.
sorry, spoiler alert.
That's okay. You'll have to watch it.
In the end, the monster forgave his creator for all of the horrible misgivings and misdeeds that he did to him. He tried to have him killed.
Mhm.
He created a being that can never die and has to
I
live
know.
all of the horrors of the world.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he still said, oh, I love you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I know.
It is a
Huge lesson.
human story.
It's beautiful.
It's a human story.
I was weeping.
I
towards the
was
end.
bawling. I had to pause.
You're like, what's the scary movie? Why are we
I was just happy I could keep my eyes open to the end.
I had to pause to gather myself because I wanted to see what beauty was coming even beyond that.
Yeah.
It was stunning, and I hated the creator in the beginning. I hated Frankenstein.
Oscar, is it
Yeah.
Oscar Isaacs?
I hated him.
Oscar Isaacs.
I hated so much of him for what he did, and oh
But
my
I had
God!
so much sympathy for him
in the
too.
end, I had so much sympathy for him
Yeah.
because he knew what he did,
He did.
and he knew he was dying.
Yep.
And he knew he was leaving this beautiful creature to live life without him and could never create another one to live life forever with him.
That was heartbreaking. And I loved the friendship between the monster and the old man.
So
Yeah.
beautiful.
And that for me was the old man who was blind, could barely see. And again, another just human lesson of
Judgment.
you
without
have
it.
this monster that's put together by bits and pieces of dead people. You can't see him. And maybe if you could, you seem like kind of the old guy that would still be welcoming and take him into his home. And then the sadness that the monster experienced at the loss of him.
Yeah.
Yes, because his savior,
That was his friend.
his friend. There's so many people out there that silently gift other human beings with saving them in some way.
And they might not even know it.
And they don't even know it. This old man was blind. He had no idea that this man was giving to him, reaping the fields, building the fences. If he would have saw him, maybe he would have shot him and turned him away. But he didn't have that chance.
No.
And he loved him through it.
It was beautiful. Is this the first Guillermo del Toro film you've ever seen?
It is.
So, and same for you?
Well, I'm maybe not. What
Okay.
are his other
Underwater
films?
one.
I'm going to recommend my favorite and first, Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yes,
I have
that's
seen that one.
fantastic. I've seen that.
So,
Yeah.
so good.
Which years ago?
Years ago.
Yeah.
That's a phenomenal film. And then I will say his Pinocchio was, again, you will cry because Guillermo has a way of just telling stories that are maybe more fairy tale or scary. And he puts way more emotion, human emotion, impact and experience in it than just a scary monster movie.
He does all that hard work. The Shape of Water is another one that won
I
Academy
love
Awards
The Shape
galore.
of Water.
Yeah, I'm falling in
Forgot
love with
about
him
that.
though. I mean, and he really puts a lot into it. I mean, the sets, I read that the sets in in Frankenstein's lab were full size sets. So what you see in the movie is really that big.
He's super anti-AI. I don't know how much CGI stuff he does, but he is all about like good old-fashioned
Creating.
movie storytelling.
Love that.
Yeah, he's wonderful. Are you reading or reading anything good?
I've just finished, and so I cannot recommend this book enough.
Okay, tell.
Chelsea Handler's new book, I'll Have What She's Having.
Oh,
Is it good?
Lauren, it is one of the very best books I have ever read.
are you
Why?
kidding?
No.
Why?
Because not only is it stories of her aunt, so I think this is her 7th or 9th bestseller. I can't remember.
Yeah, she's pumped out quite a few.
I love the cover.
It's great.
Is
And
it funny or is it more?
it's all of it.
Okay.
So she wrote this book at a time when she was starting to realize, because her and I are almost the exact same age.
Okay.
So she started to write this book when she realized that she couldn't continue living the life that she was living.
Which
and she needed
was?
to just high, drunk, stoned,
Doesn't
hating
she get
life,
high
hating.
and drunk and stoned?
You have to read the book.
Okay.
She doesn't anymore.
Okay.
She doesn't.
Well, she still does a
completely
little bit,
She
no.
does a little bit of.
Yeah.
She smokes a little
She
pot.
had to really rein it
Is
in.
it kind of part of her shtick?
It was
Well,
part of
her
it.
skiing with
Yeah.
like her bikini
And a giant
I-
joint.
Yeah.
So what she did is she took the emphasis off of it.
Okay.
And she realized through a conversation with Jane Fonda of all people that in
wow.
order to be the game changer that she was born to be, she had to change her own game. So this book is full of stories, antics, joy, laughter, sadness.
Okay, I'm going to read
Yeah,
this.
is
totally gonna read it.
I read this book cover to cover, which is very odd for me because I'll put a book down for 3 weeks.
Same.
Not this one.
I've been known.
It was
might not get
so
picked up again.
good. I love it.
Okay,
And it made me buy
great.
the one prior.
Great recommendation.
Okay,
I've
good.
actually read several of her previous books,
Yeah.
and I enjoyed them. They were funny. They were super honest. She's raw as hell, but I'm super
so
intrigued
excited 'cause
by
I
this.
like her.
If you get the chance to listen to it too, because what I do is, and I started with this with Barack Obama's book because it was massive, is I
A
read
tome?
it and listened to it at the same time. So I
Okay.
was listening to it as I was reading the words.
Okay.
And I did that with this book. So I
Okay.
read it as I listened to it. And
May I ask you a question? Are you talking about like you would audio listen to it
at
and
the same
then?
time,
So this is a very unique technique.
it is.
My friend, Brian, my friend Brian, he is the chief librarian out in New York, and he just taught me about this technique. Do you know this?
Yeah.
Where you're reading and it's going at like warp speed, but your eyes start to match
Correct.
with, and he's dyslexic. So I
Oh.
know he does it for that as well, but it's like speed reading.
Yeah. And I have ADD like crazy.
So that also probably helps
It
that.
does.
Cool.
And to hear her intonations, to hear her voice, and when she changes her tone at certain parts, it sinks in deeper
Mm.
when you're reading it. It made that much of a difference. I loved it.
Okay.
That's what I've been reading.
Hot tip.
Love
Yeah.
it.
Watching,
Yes.
well, like every red-blooded American.
What?
What?
Christmas
mean-
Vacation?
No, should have said that. Should have said it. Stranger Things.
Okay,
Oh.
see, I have to watch it. Mia
Did you
loved-
binge it?
No, I won't do that.
Mia said
My
it
son
was
did.
the greatest TV she has
Really?
ever seen.
Listen to me.
Ever.
I'm with her. I'm on episode 3. I can't believe how good it is.
Really?
I mean,
Did you go back and watch the episodes?
did.
Okay, and then
4,
did you do
season
the
4.
15 minutes on YouTube? There's like a 15.
did.
Okay,
Yep.
so that's a pro tip: is to kind of go back, watch a couple episodes, and
I watched the whole season.
So you rewatched the whole season.
'Cause it was
Wait,
4 years
series
ago.
or season?
Season 4.
Season 4.
Yeah.
That does some explaining.
Mia was so funny. Her post on TikTok. Holy shit, holy shit, holy
Oh,
shit,
shit,
holy
holy
shit.
shit.
Where do I start?
Yes.
That was the best thing I have ever
Is she
watched.
crying?
It was beautiful.
She's moved.
It was beautiful. It wasn't
Okay,
Frankenstein beautiful
great.
yet, but I haven't gone through all of the episodes that they've released because I don't like doing that.
Yeah. And shout out to Winona Ryder's shag haircut
Hello.
that's in all of her publicity photos. I'm like, really like, do I do this? I'm
Our little
obsessed with her.
kleptomaniac.
I know. When she was arrested for stealing, I bought the shirt, the free Winona shirt, because I just felt bad because you know what? We all make mistakes.
Agreed. Yeah.
She just wanted something.
She needed it, apparently.
Was she at Neiman Marcus?
I think it was Neiman Marcus. I was going to say Lord and Taylor, but I think that ship
No,
has
she
sailed.
wasn't at Lord.
No.
Is that still open?
don't think
No.
so.
God, that's a
Yeah,
throwback.
it is.
I love that you just said Lord and Taylor.
I knew no one that shopped at that store.
No, but no one. I don't know either. Anyone or Von Moore. Von Moore.
yeah.
That's another one.
I
can't.
actually like it now.
I can't go to I'm over department stores except for Nordstrom. I don't know what it is. Malls freak me out.
I feel like there's just their customer service is helpful for someone like me.
Now, before we close down shop and get to our simple joys, we must give a shout out to our sponsors. So thank you to Lizzie Selly Studio and also to Let It Be Us. Both of our sponsors who we've had for the past several months, Lizzie Selly Studio selling amazing art, Let It Be Us changing the foundation of foster care and adoption in the state of Illinois. As we round up the holiday season, we just want to say thank you to you both for sponsoring our podcast. We love you. Look at us. We're both giving you our thank you smile.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lizzie Selly. Thank you, Let It Be Us. Listeners, hop in our show notes if you want to learn a little bit more about the organization and also the West End Gallery Studio that is in LaGrange. Michelle, speaking of LaGrange and TJ, I don't think you've seen these yet. We were the lucky recipients of these adorable children books. Good Night LaGrange. Look how gorgeous these are.
This
This
is a local artist, local author in town. Taylor Tomlinson reached out to
Let
us
me
and
see
said,
Western Springs.
"Hey guys, I write these cool books." And
TJ, will you hold that up for the camera? Your handsome face. So you've got Good Night LaGrange.
Yes.
I have Good Night Western Springs.
Yeah.
What?
Michelle has Good Night Hinsdale.
And I read so just a couple things about these. The author of these books, she is local to our town. She also is donating, I think, 20% of the proceeds.
10% sold. 10% of every book sold is donated to the Mend.
Thank you.
The Mend of Heart Foundation, because the author,
yes,
her son
was born with a congenital heart defect.
Okay.
So every time you buy one of these, you're given back.
This is great. Are these available on Amazon?
These are available online. You can go to www.taylordtomlinson.com/. We'll make sure to leave her link in the show notes.
So that's there. So for like a little local kid for Christmas.
Oh my God, a local kid for Christmas. Or if you're a realtor, this is what I'm thinking. And your client just buys a house in some town and you think maybe they're going to be growing their family.
You giving a gift guide.
I'm like, hello, Marty
And
Dawn.
it's
You can give
beautiful.
these away to your clients.
I love the different little areas that they're spotlighting, and the sunset or even dawn. The colors. These are beautiful. Thank you, Taylor.
I feel like she nailed the spots that she highlighted in Western Springs and LaGrange for sure.
We have it's like an homage to like Goodnight Moon.
Yeah, man.
And then TJ, before we wrap, you have a little tote bag of Trader Joe's.
Oh my God, that's right.
Let's see what you got in there.
So
we asked TJ some of your. So TJ, you work at Trader Joe's.
I do.
How long have you been there?
Well, it would be 18 years if I would have stuck around.
Stop. You've been
So
there
you took
for
a couple
long.
hiatuses.
I took one hiatus for 6 years.
Okay.
Yeah. And went back, and it has been nothing but good for my mental health. I mean, it's the
People
happiest
lo-
place
I
on
will
earth.
It
tell
is joyful to work there as it appears on the outside.
You know, there's some behind the scenes stuff that isn't
course.
that
Well,
great
we're-
as
yeah.
any, but it is that joyful. They don't hire people that are pissed.
Yeah.
No.
I asked a gal once when I was checking out, I said, "Why are you guys so goddamn happy around here?" And she goes, "Because we all quit jobs that we hate and stressed us out."
Same. That right here.
I love that.
Right here. So I got. Sorry, Anthony, I didn't get you anything.
Don't worry, we'll share. We're the same person.
So one each for you. Careful opening because they will leave a mark.
Okay.
And then these were just released yesterday. They are the green totes. The holiday tote.
Oh, that's loud.
So it's a mini poinsettia with glitter. You're welcome, because I got to put a little gay into it.
Festive.
So that's like
Thank you,
your sink in your
TJ.
bathroom.
Love it.
Love that.
Thank you,
Yeah.
TJ.
And
Okay,
then your
I'm obsessed with the madness that goes on.
These are the newest.
Okay,
grapes.
Oh my
These are
God, I feel
cute.
like I just
People
won
lined
like
up
a
at the door
show
last
door
night.
door
You get a
stopper.
tote. You get a tote.
Thanks, Oprah.
I have the OG.
I
What's that?
wish.
I thought you said there cocaine in there. No, there's no the
Those days are
cocaine,
gone.
those racine Kringles.
Oh, I know.
Those are good, but you're
the
off
cocaine
sugar.
Kringles.
The cocaine Kringles. I have the OG one with the navy blue.
I do too.
I love
It's
that
my favorite.
one. I love
This
these
is
bags.
fantastic.
Do you
Thank
have one of
you.
these yet?
No.
Oh, girl,
they're the best because you can wash
this is the
them.
best.
Pumped.
I love when you guys have to put a limit on how many special bags, thank you, that you guys can give away, sell because people go
in there and buy that shit
gangbusters.
out.
They go nuts on these
People
things.
go nutso.
I know we have to wrap up at some point, even though I could talk to you for
Same,
11 hours
but what do
straight.
you
But I
have-
want to know, like, are there people that go in there early and buy out the flowers? Like, do they know the shipments and stuff like that?
So I happen
the
to be
trick?
the
Any
flower
hot tips?
orderer.
Are you talking
one
about
of the,
just the floral?
Yes.
yeah. So I'm the second buyer. I do the order writing. I'm the backup order writer
Okay.
for flowers. It's madness.
Okay. I
Wait,
gathered that.
So there's some like
The day
political
before Thanksgiving, you would have thought we were giving away gold and diamonds.
People went insane.
It was wild. So we get cases of flowers, and one case is a bucket, and in a bucket there's usually 12 bouquets. In 35 minutes, I filled 37 buckets
of bouquets because people were just buying them.
And
out.
it was like that the whole day.
Yeah.
Okay,
I was
so
there for 8
I've
hours.
gone there after the rush. I've gone there. We were throwing a shower for a girlfriend, and we're like, we're gonna go buy all the white flowers, whatever. We walked in. I was like, all right. We went to the lady at the cashier and said, any idea where those flowers just went? And she goes, a lady just came in here and bought $400 worth of white flowers. I was like, bitch.
And we're one of the only stores in the area that gets flower delivery 7 days a week. So they know we're dependable.
Oh,
Got
so
it.
there's people that know. Well, that's a
Yeah.
hot
Well, that's a
tip.
hot tip.
Yeah,
right
so they know
there.
we're dependable.
I think it'd be fun one day to go and like go before after hours at Trader Joe's and do like a tour with TJ and like do the best of different like
Would they
best,
allow that?
like the best of dips, the
Sure.
best of whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like there's something there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
People
I
are
would
Plus,
have
we
to be
need
on
to
the
figure out
behind the
another
scenes.
way we have to have TJ
Oh,
on.
I could figure out 100
50 different
ways.
ways.
You too.
TJ, as we wrap up, we would love to know what your simple joy of the last week was.
Oh, of the last week?
or of anything, day, week, whatever.
So I said this to Michelle when she came down after changing. And the simple joy for me was when Michelle talked about her babies turning 17
Mhm.
on December 1st, and how when you said, can we just pause this? It-
Or like her voice shook.
And the eyes,
Uh-huh.
the tears welled
Mhm.
up. Well, I cried for hours, number one. But what that did for me is it made me realize that I don't take enough time with my boy who's 16 in
Yeah.
February.
Mhm.
Right behind.
So it wasn't, not that moment brought me joy, seeing you suffer through that pain, but what it did is it made me realize that I don't see enough joy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So to sit in the quiet with the coziness of my kid on the couch and to find that joy because he's going to want to fly the coop. These are the last couple of years that I got him too. So that was my joy.
Yeah.
I listened to you too religiously and watch you, and that was my joy.
I resonate with that completely.
That you sparked a moment for me too, Michelle. Like today when I was told you on the phone, Luna was running around. She wants to be chased. She wants to do all the things that a 3-year-old wants to do. And I was a little overstimulated. And then I was like, and we did talk about it's okay to recognize that you're overstimulated and you're doing a lot. But I also was like, you know what? One day she's not going to ask me to chase her around or put 50 different princess dresses on her, and to just have those more joyful moments and pause. And like you said, pause, like
Yep.
literally, and just be like, everything else can fucking wait.
Yep.
For sure.
Literally, like that
Hug.
text message that came in, like for sure can wait.
Yeah.
Everything can.
Yeah.
Really.
it's
Unless
true.
something's burning down.
No one's going to die if you
No.
ditch whatever it is
Yeah.
to have that moment.
And your kids were brought to you for more than just the reason to have children. They were
Totally.
brought to you for lessons. They were
Right.
brought to you
They're
for other reasons.
our greatest teacher.
They are our
They
greatest
are.
teachers. I have learned so much from my son.
Mhm.
I am getting taught lessons every single
Some that you don't
day.
even realize.
You know, I've joked about this, but I'm half serious, because our mom got sick when my kids were young and I was a young mom. I've often said that, the first 10 years of my kid's life is more caught on my camera roll. Like
Mhm.
those
Yeah.
firsthand experiences weren't there because I wasn't present. I was doing 1,000 things. And so, when you have what you feel like was not enough time, or you kind of pulled the short straw, or maybe it was just a moment in life and it wasn't your fault and that's how it was, whatever, that's okay. But it's a perspective setter, and it really, that's what I lead with now while I'm pulling them in. And when someone says, will you come lay in my bed with me? Or will you look at my Christmas list? Yes. The answer is yes.
You bet.
The answer is
it really
yes.
is. That's what I was working on this morning.
The answer is yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And thank you.
No, thank you,
Oh, you're
TJ.
Oh my God. Thank you.
Thank you for driving down to the big old city.
And bringing all of these delicious
Oh my God,
snacks.
the mocktail is a game changer. That's delicious. Thank you for the treats, but thank you mostly for always being open to share your story.
Yeah.
We are wishing you and your family a very happy holidays.
Thank you.
Do you
Same.
celebrate Christmas?
We do, yes. I mean, have you seen my Christmas
Oh, I
tree?
have.
Your house
I put it up
looks
on
so cozy.
November 2nd.
On November 2nd. So Merry Christmas
Thank
to you.
you.
Thank you as always for listening to our podcast, to being a supporter, but also to being to the most important, to being a friend of ours.
Oh my gosh.
We love you.
I love it. And I love you too.
And I love your mustache.
Oh.
If I was a gay man, I'd be all over you, TJ.
Flavor saver.
And on that note,
Hang on a second. No, you forgot something.
what did I forget?
Where can people find TJ?
TJ, where can people find TJ?
Oh, yeah, that's right. You can find me on Sober Gay Guy on Instagram and on Facebook. I'm also the Sober Gay Guy on TikTok.
The podcast is streamable everywhere.
Streamable everywhere, just like
Okay.
y'all. And it's the Sober Gay Guy.
Love it.
Now,
you guys
there you
tune
go.
in to his podcast. Your
I
podcast
need
is
to do
amazing.
another one
It is.
soon.
And
Thank
it's
you.
super soothing in the ears.
Oh, he's like Delilah.
You are like
in a man with
Delilah.
a mustache
her.
form. Like I literally,
You guys,
that's what it,
Delilah.
TJ the Sober Gay Guy.
Guy.
Stay cozy.